Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Well, as we know, ladies and gentlemen, the internet is currently ablaze because all the psychopaths and narcissists are going after the likes of Jordan Peterson because he managed to upset and offend them. And God forbid that you upset and offend a psychopath and a narcissist because they will definitely make you pay, right? A lot of them seemingly have major audiences on the far right at the moment, and they're up in arms because Jordan Peterson in 3 minutes decided to tell the truth about what's really going on the right at the moment. So Michaela Peterson has said, it's impressive that Dad managed to offend all the psychos in under 3 minutes on one podcast. Kind of reminds you of the sensitivity of the woke left, doesn't it? There is not real much of a difference between the woke left versus what now people are saying is the woke right. And here is a chart that I saw James Lindsay post. It's interesting. It's like you got two circles that are merging. You got the center and you got the left, and then you got the right. So here we go. The woke left admires international socialism, blames men. Government redistribution is good if it's equality or equity. Sorry. Everyone should look the same. Ugly. Wants states, religion, communism. In the middle. Obsessed with racial identity, believes power matters more than truth, wants more government power, goes after people's family members, struggle sessions, thinks the US Constitution is dead, perpetual victims, collectivists, and hates Jews. Woke right, admires National Socialism, blames women. Government redistribution is good if it's distributionism, sorry. Everyone should think the same. All legal immigrant is bad. Want state, religion, Christianity, all under the guise. So this idea of Christianity isn't really proper Christianity, right? Especially saying the phrase Christ is king, used as a dog whistle. It's used to attack some small group of people known as the Jews, right? And in the middle, you got something that's really interesting. So they're both converging on each other and meeting in the middle. And they're both like colliding with each other. And it's really interesting. And Andrew Gold goes, this is fascinating, James Lindsay. I wonder if that really is a trend on woke left and right. If we're really talking about a particular ideology or characteristic that makes people want to hurt their adversaries so much that they go after their family members, which is just so low. Yeah, indeed. Because you have people on the left that will basically disregard their own family because they disagree with them. Then you have people on the right that will do the exact same thing if they're on the extreme end. And you're starting to see the likes of Candace Owens go after Jordan Peterson and his family, and do it gleefully for that fact. It is actually really concerning to me that you have Candace Owens. She did an entire video yesterday dedicated to attacking and trying to smear Jordan Peterson because Jordan didn't even mention her name, but definitely was alluding to the fact that she's a psychopath. And she just proved his point by making a video gleefully laughing at his misfortune of getting sick and being unwell. It's like I watched the video that Candace did, the live. A lot of the stuff that she was referring to is obviously common knowledge, but she mentions it several times. She's not an expert, just trying to be sarcastic, like one of those things because the Douglas Murray debate with Joe Rogan and Dave Smith, right? Of if you're not an expert, don't really talk about it. That's not exactly what he was saying. But anyway, Candace is just like defends Dave Smith, because she's such a dingbat. Anyway, there's this other thing that I posted over on X because this is how much of a dingbat she actually is. She thought that she was catching out Seth Dillon and James Lindsay. So James Lindsay is apparently Seth Dillon's fake account because the reply was Seth Dillon's account and not James Lindsay. So to Candace, she thought that, oh, look, here's something to behold. Honestly, you don't think that Seth could have screenshotted something and then sent it to James, and then James would have posted it? Unbelievable. So the brain cells in Candace's head are non-existent anymore. And that was evident on X yesterday, as much as it was with the video of her attacking Jordan Peterson, calling him out on nothing because she felt hurt, because Jordan hit the nail on the head. Called it for what it really is. This behavior, using the term Christ is King in such a way that is a perpetual dog whistle. It's not used for the right reasons. Candace uses it all the time, and then she will manipulate everything and claim to be the victim when people point it out. They point the truth, and then she'll blame the Jews somehow. And Jordan, rightfully so, regardless of what you think of his past history, if he's made mistakes, he's made mistakes. He's human. Regardless of what you think about his past history, he is an expert psychologist that knows a lot about this stuff, and he has studied this stuff for a very long time. And you, Candace, have got no idea at all about any of this stuff. You think you do. You're just good at shooting your mouth off and then attacking someone when you get caught out. It's exactly, thank you for proving Jordan Peterson's point. Well done. I'm proud of you. Now, the Hodge twins, on the other hand, I'll get back to Candace in just a moment, but the Hodge twins have mocked Christianity. They claim to be Christian. They ain't anything of the sort. They claim to be Christian, but they mock Christianity. They have been for the last 10 years straight. What do you mean, goes, who I watch, and I really do appreciate and respect him a lot. He used to watch them long before they got into politics. Unless they had a radical conversion in the last few months and not aware of it, they're using this phrase, the Christ is King, to dunk on Jews. Evil. These types are using God's name as a weapon of hatred. Don't be fooled. What do you mean can see this? He's a very smart guy. You should definitely check out his channel. If he can see this is going on, why is it so hard for so many others to see what Jordan Peterson is rightfully pointing out too? But no, they will twist it and say, you're trying to censor us. We're not trying to censor you at all. We're just trying to point out the truth exactly of your behavior. And you get defensive when the truth is pointed out to you. Seth Dillon goes, censorship is wrong. I don't think you or anyone else who shares your views on Israel should be censored. I did notice, however, that you ended your post with Christ is King, B-I-T-C-H. Do you have any reverence at all for your Savior's name? Is this Christian language? Then the Hodge twins reply, does us saying bitch hurt your feelings? Maybe screenshot and send to James so he can make a post for you. Because the Hodge twins, at the very end of a attack on Jordan Peterson, go, Christ is King, B-I-T-C-H. Yeah, that's exactly what Christ would say, right? That's what he would utter. Intention matters. Context matters. The way you say things matters. I don't think they care. Because to them, Christ is King no matter what, right? And then they also decided to go, Christ is King, mother effers, in another post. These are the people, Hodge twins, Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, which Candace Owens says in a video, which you should definitely check out. She thinks that Jordan Peterson is obsessed with Nick Fuentes. Have a watch.
And I do want to also say this, because at root of this is his bizarre obsession with Nick Fuentes. There's others, like they are like in a bubble, and you just have to recognize that most people in the world don't know who Nick Fuentes is, but these people, the Seth Dillons, the Joel Berrys, they obsess over everything he does, and they believe everyone in the world is watching and doing whatever Nick Fuentes says, and he's gotten under their skin. That's the reality. These people are being broken by troll accounts, and they're now spending real money to try to control and censor our speech. And it's just not going to work, okay? You're not going to tell Christians how to behave. You're not a Christian. You're not going to tell, especially on this day, the Feast of St. George, who was martyred for refusing to back down on his faith. You're not going to tell Christians. That phase is over. Christians are going to start standing up for our faith. I'm going to be one of them. And to the extent that you have a problem with me declaring that Christ is king because he is and forever will be, then I am going to be a thorn in your side. And that's all I'm going to say about that topic.
So it's wrong for us to say that Candace Owens isn't a Christian, but it's not wrong for her to say that we're not a Christian? Oh, wax poetic, ladies and gentlemen. The hypocrisy in that statement. It is unbelievable. We're not telling you what you can and can't say. I'll have you know. We're just saying what you are saying is wrong. And we'll criticize what you're saying. And here's why it's not a good idea for you to say it. That's all we're doing. You can say whatever you want, keeping in mind there are consequences to what you have to say. Hence why I am criticizing what you are saying. And this whole notion that Jordan Peterson is apparently obsessed with Nick Fuentes, I haven't actually heard him talk about Nick Fuentes once in a very long time. So where you get that from, I don't know. But he's alluding to you, Candace, for sure, and many other of these bad faith individuals that have infiltrated conservatism and changed it and made it this toxic environment at the moment. It's unbelievable. So you're more than welcome to call out Jordan Peterson, but I'm going to continue defending him because what he said was right. And what you're saying ain't right. Hey, it's part of living in a free society, isn't it? With freedom of speech, we can criticize and condemn things you have to say that are wrong. And you thinking that it's censorship just goes to show that you're proving Jordan Peterson's point even much more so than you think you are. So now who's the dingbat? Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.